What's up, everybody? We're Side After Dark out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm Dan Berg.
I'm Sifa Graffiti.
So if you don't know, we like to do full album reactions on our channel as chosen by our patrons over on Patreon. So go check that out if you want to get involved in telling us what to react to. Anyway, we just finished Crime of the Century by Supertramp. And what we do is, once we listen to it, give it a few days to kind of like sit in our heads, and then we wrap up the whole thing, which is what we're going to do now. So without further ado, what'd you think?
I thought it's only 8 tracks, right? Some songs are longer than others, but I thought every song was really good. Like, I was, I don't want to say like really, really impressed, because you guys always pick albums that are worth listening to. So I felt like this was kind of like going to be along the same lines. An album I haven't heard from, an artist I may or may not have heard from, and I know it's going to be great, but how great is it going to be for me? Like, is it going to be like technically great, where I'm like, oh yeah, what a world-class guitar player, and oh yeah, he hits all his vocals and all his notes, and you know, is it going to be like that, or is it going to like touch me and really like, am I really going to like it? And I did, and it's like, it's crazy because the first song, like, I like School. My favorite ones, we were just talking about this before we put record on. My favorite ones were School. Dreamer in the middle is so cute because I said it again. It reminds me of, like, you know, beauty school dropout kind of thing. And I love Grease. So I'm so corny. I'm really corny. And I also like the 2 last ones. So if everyone is listening, and Crime of the Century, like, those are my favorites. But every single one is great. It's just so cool. The vocals, the way they still to me just sound like beings, like these ethereal beings when they do their harmonies. It just sounds like they're sweeping down on you, and they're just like gosh, for a lack of a better word, they're kind of invading your headspace. You know, they've come to take over for this allotted time, you know, and they're definitely going to do it. So you definitely got to listen. And it's such a contrast of voices, one light, one heavy. It's just like, it's all over the place. It's great.
The biggest takeaway I really have from the album is how good the production was. Because everything sounded so clean, almost to like a Steely Dan kind of level. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then not only was it clean, but just the way that things would build up as far as what's in the left ear versus the right ear, and then when, you know, they bring like a saxophone or a clarinet in, and then when's the keyboard going off, like everything was just structured and built. Yeah, structured. So well. Just all the way throughout. I think Crime of the Century is my favorite song on it, just because it really just like the whole like ending half of that song really just like took me with it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I was gone after that.
That's a good one, yeah.
But that and the keyboard, like how important the keyboard was to their sound. I know I said in one of the videos that the keyboard was the driving force, which a lot of the times in rock music it's not. It's like the guitar or like the drums. But the keyboards were clearly the driving force. And then in the comments, you know, we hear that the songs were written on keyboard, and I'm like, okay, that makes 100% sense. Like, okay, this is all coming together. So I really just love the keys on that, and then the 2 different voices really made it work.
Yeah, they really like that, because it's like you got like a total experience. Like you got some pop, and then you got some grit, you know, and it was all like you said, like really, really structured. It's so strange. It's like, it's almost like, the pop and the grit is like you're going to high school or school on the planet and out of the planet at the same time, in a way. It's just like, in this world.
Is that what this album's about?
I don't know.
That could make sense.
It could. I don't know.
It's about school, and then the cover.
Who knows, right?
Maybe that guy's locked in a school that he doesn't want to be in. I don't know.
But yeah, thank you guys for voting on this one, because I mean, I totally would have passed this over. You know, if I walk into an oldie store and I'm looking for vinyl, I'm not going to pull out Supertramp because I don't know them at all. So thanks, kudos to the poll.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely think they're underrated, just because, I mean, I heard of them before, but I always thought of them as just like some 80s pop band. Right. Like, and this, which is weird because this is from like 74. Like, this is not 80s at all. Right. Like, this isn't even close. Right. So that's interesting. So this definitely, like, these reactions definitely changed my perception of Supertramp the band, like 100,000%. So yeah, again, shout out to everyone on Patreon for voting for it and for expanding our musical horizons in that way. We're always doing polls on Patreon to decide what albums to do and all that good stuff, so definitely check it out. But until then, we're S.A.D After Dark. Listen to our music if you haven't already. And we'll see you soon.